Okay, thank you for your question. Now to the first part of your question. Each time I talk about virtual machines, I like to talk about the components in four different areas: the physical machine, the hypervisor, the guest operating system, and then the virtual hardware. When you talk about the physical machine, you are talking about the physical computer. For example, the PC I am using for this interview. It will provide the underlying resources for the virtual machine, like CPU, like memory, like network capabilities. But everything that the virtual machine will use indirectly will depend on the physical machine, the physical computer. Number two is the hypervisor. That is the software layer that will create and manage the virtual machine. It allocates resources to the virtual machines as well. It usually comes in two types. Type 1 hypervisor, the bare metal hypervisor, runs directly on the hardware, while type 2 hypervisor will run on the host. Example of type 1 hypervisor is Hyper-V. Example of type 2 hypervisor is VirtualBox or even VMware Workstation. Then the third component is the guest operating system, which can be Windows OS, which can be Linux, which can be Mac OS, or any other operating system that will run the applications of the virtual machine. Then the fourth component is the virtual hardware. These are not physical hardwares, but the virtual hardware of the virtual machine, like CPU, like network adapter, like memory, etc. So these are the four major components of a virtual machine. Now to the second part of your question, how I can apply virtualization in a business setting. Well, virtualization has benefit in a business setting. For example, it's very useful in disaster recovery and management. For example, virtual machines can be replicated in many areas, in many zones. So if one host fails, you can back up, restore the virtual machine on another host. So this is very important in helping the business to keep running, even in times of disaster or breakdown. Number two, virtual machines can help a business to test and develop applications. So you can spin off many virtual machines and isolate them and use them to test for application updates and the rest of them without having security concerns. Number three is that virtual machine helps in server consolidation. So instead of a business running many servers for each application, they can actually consolidate all these servers on a virtual machine and install many virtual machines on a host. So this reduces cost, this ensures efficiency, this also reduces energy consumption. Another one is that virtual machine ensures isolation and security. For example, if an application has high security concerns or high access concern, it can be isolated in a virtual machine, and if there is a security breakdown, it will not spill over to other virtual machines. So also virtual machines can provide scalability. As the business grows, more virtual machines can come up, can be spinned up to for example, if the company is expanding into many areas, many regions, or introducing many products and services. So you can see that virtual machine and virtualization is actually very useful in a business setting. It ensures data recovery and management, isolation, security, server consolidation, and even scalability. So thank you for your question.